All right, so we're going deep on Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's all about personal branding in the digital age. And this book is packed with good stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
You sent over some really interesting articles and stories about entrepreneurs who took Gary V's advice and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited to unpack all of this with you.
Yeah, me too.
It's kind of wild to think that Gary Vee was laying out this blueprint way back in 2009.
I know, right?
And looking at the digital landscape now in 2024, it's like he had a crystal ball or something.
He really did. It's amazing how much of what he predicted has actually come true.
Okay, so paint a picture for me. What's going on now that makes Crushing It even more relevant today than when it was published?
Well, you remember how Gary Vee talked about this tipping point where digital would overtake traditional media?
Yeah.
Well, we're living it. YouTube is clocking almost as many daily viewership hours as television.
Right.
People are glued to their phones, scrolling through social media constantly. It's true. And influencer marketing, it's exploding.
Yeah.
The tools to build a powerful personal brand, they're literally at everyone's fingertips.
Yeah, that's both exciting and a little intimidating.
It is.
This massive opportunity. But where do you even begin?
Gary Vee would tell you to start with authenticity.
Okay.
He is so adamant about not faking it.
Right.
And honestly, in today's world, audiences can smell a phony a mile away.
Totally.
People crave a genuine connection,
Mm-hmm.
and that comes from being real, showing your true self.
Right.
It's not about following trends, it's about showcasing your unique perspective and passions.
That totally reminds me of Mimi Goodwin.
Oh, yeah.
The fashion blogger you mentioned in your notes.
Yes.
She built a huge following, right?
Huge.
Just by being herself, sharing her unique style and love for design.
Exactly. Mimi's success is the perfect example of how authenticity resonates.
Yeah.
People buy into you, not some manufactured persona.
Right.
And think about it from a practical standpoint.
Okay.
Trying to maintain a fake image online,
Yeah.
exhausting.
It's a lot of work.
Being genuine is not only way more effective, it's way more sustainable.
Right.
In the long run.
Totally. So authenticity is the foundation.
The foundation.
But what about all the noise out there?
Oh, I know.
How do you cut through and actually get noticed when everybody's shouting online?
That's where patience comes in.
Okay.
Gary Vee, he's all about the long game.
Yeah.
He actually said, and I quote, "Bide your time. You cheapen yourself when you make deals while holding your nose."
It's true.
It's easy to get caught up in chasing quick wins and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
but real brand building,
Yeah.
it takes time.
It does.
You're cultivating trust and relationships, and that doesn't happen overnight.
It's funny you say that because I was reading about Gary Vee and I was fascinated by the fact that he himself is a prime example of this.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
He had massive early success with Wine Library TV,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't, go on a spending spree or try to cash in quickly.
Right.
He stayed focused
Yes.
on building a lasting brand.
Exactly. It's the tortoise and the hare.
Oh, I like that.
Slow and steady wins the race. And that consistency,
Yeah.
that commitment to the long game,
Yeah.
that's what separates the people who truly crush it
You're right.
from the people who just kind of fizzle out.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got authenticity
Mm-hmm.
and patience
Yeah.
as our guiding principles.
Yeah.
But let's be real.
Okay.
Building a brand takes work.
Absolutely. There's no magic bullet here. Gary Vee is a huge, and I mean huge, advocate for hustle.
Right.
Dedication, hard work, putting in the hours.
Right.
He actually says, when you first start out, there is no time for leisure if you want to crush it.
Wow.
And I think that's something that resonates with a lot of entrepreneurs. Yeah.
They're willing to put in the sweat equity
Mm-hmm.
because they believe in their vision.
The story of Timothy, the construction business owner,
Oh, yeah.
really exemplifies this, right?
Totally.
He was working a full-time job
Mm-hmm.
and still managed to build a $1 million company
I know. It's incredible.
by studying his industry relentlessly and hustling after hours.
Yeah. Timothy's story is so inspiring.
It is.
And it actually speaks to another important concept from Crushing It.
Okay, what's that?
Document, don't create.
Ooh, interesting.
So many people, they get so caught up
Yeah.
in trying to manufactured this perfect, polished content.
Oh, yeah.
But what truly connects with audiences is seeing the real behind-the-scenes journey.
So instead of agonizing over creating this picture-perfect facade, just document what you're doing.
Exactly.
The process, the ups, the downs.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
The ugly, I like it.
It's about capturing those raw, authentic moments that make your brand, relatable,
Yeah.
human.
Human.
Think about Sean McBride,
Okay.
the skateboarder who became like this mega influencer,
Right.
known as Shonduras.
Honduras, yeah.
He wasn't crafting these elaborate productions.
Right.
He was just documenting his life and his passion on Snapchat,
Oh, wow.
a platform that like a lot of people had dismissed at the time.
That's a brilliant example. He saw the potential of Snapchat, right?
He did.
A platform that felt authentic and unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
And he just went for it.
He went for it.
It makes me wonder, though,
Yeah.
with all of these different platforms out there now,
It's a lot, right?
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, how do you choose? Where do you focus your energy?
That's a question, honestly, I think a lot of people grapple with.
Yeah.
And Gary Vee would tell you to experiment with and invest in every platform.
Really?
Yeah. His philosophy is that each platform offers a unique opportunity
Okay.
to connect with your audience in a different way.
He's like the ultimate digital explorer, isn't he?
He really is.
But isn't that a bit overwhelming? I mean, yeah,
Especially for someone just starting out.
it can be.
Right.
But it's about finding what works for you and your brand.
Okay.
Remember Dr. Chitra Anand?
Oh, we have the dentist?
Yes. The dentist who built a huge following on Musical,
Yeah.
right, which is now TikTok.
Right.
But we thought she was crazy
Yeah.
for focusing on a platform primarily associated with teens.
Right.
But she saw the potential and she went for it.
And it paid off big time.
Big time.
She is ahead of the curve.
She was.
It's like Gary Vee says, you have to be willing to experiment and adapt.
Yep.
Try things that other people might overlook.
Absolutely. And while experimenting is definitely important,
Yeah.
collaborating with others can truly amplify your reach.
Okay.
Gary Vee is a huge proponent of connecting with people,
Mhm.
reaching out, offering value, building genuine relationships.
He's all about that direct message, isn't he?
He loves the DMs,
Sliding into the DM.
building those connections.
Yeah.
It's not about spamming people. It's about offering genuine value.
Right.
Remember Costa Kapothanasis?
Oh, yeah, the owner of Cuff the Oil.
Yeah, his business was struggling,
Mm-hmm.
but then he embraced social media
Okay.
and started collaborating with other businesses.
Oh, nice.
Suddenly, boom, he's reaching a whole new audience and building a really strong brand identity.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Costa's story, it really highlights how collaboration isn't just about getting your name out there. It's about, like, building genuine relationships that actually benefit everybody involved.
Right.
Creating a community around your brand.
Yeah, that's something Gary Vee talks about a lot, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Like he believes in the power of connecting with people
Mhm.
on a personal level,
Yeah.
engaging with them, responding to comments,
Yes.
even the negative ones.
Especially the negative ones.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's all about that.
Interesting.
He believes it's about showing your audience that you care, that you're not just some like faceless entity,
Mm-hmm.
but a real person
Yeah.
who values their input.
Right. It's about building that trust.
Exactly. That level of engagement, it builds trust, loyalty, and ultimately a stronger brand.
It's like you're inviting people in,
Yeah.
letting them like behind the curtain
Behind the
to
scenes,
see the real you.
the real you.
And that ties back to what we talked about earlier with authenticity,
Absolutely.
right? People connect with realness,
They do.
with vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
You know, one thing that struck me while reading through your notes was how many of these entrepreneurs
Yeah.
faced like setbacks
Yeah.
and challenges along the way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Gary Vee, he emphasizes that success isn't linear.
He does. Yeah.
It's about navigating those obstacles
Hmm.
and coming out, stronger on the other side.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like that saying,
What is it?
it's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up.
I like that. I like that.
And I think that's like such an important message for anyone building a brand.
Yeah.
There will be bumps in the road.
For sure.
You'll have moments of doubt,
Right?
times when you just, want to give up.
Yeah.
But the people who crush it,
Mhm.
they're the ones who persevere.
They're the ones who just keep going.
Exactly. They have that like unwavering belief
Yeah.
in themselves and their vision.
It makes me think of Alex,
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
the entrepreneur behind, because I said I would, the clothing company that promotes accountability
Yes.
and achieving goals.
I love that company.
He faced so many challenges early on,
Oh, yeah.
working multiple jobs, even couch surfing to make ends meet.
I know his story's incredible.
It is.
It's such a testament to the power of resilience.
Yeah.
He just kept pushing forward
Oh, wow.
despite like rejection, even from those fake investors Gary Vee talks about.
Oh, right. The ones who promise the world but don't deliver.
Exactly. And then there's that story about Oprah.
Oh, the Oprah moment.
The Oprah moment. Tom, you remember this.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So Alex sent some of his t-shirts to a youth choir,
Right.
just as a gesture of support, right?
Right.
He had no idea that the event was sponsored by the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Oh,
So when Oprah showed up wearing his shirt,
what?
it was like his brand just exploded overnight.
Oh, my goodness.
Talk about a tipping point.
That's wild.
I know.
Wow. What an incredible example of preparation meeting opportunity.
Isn't it?
He had built a solid foundation.
Yeah.
He was documenting his journey.
Mm-hmm.
And when that unexpected opportunity presented itself,
Yeah.
he was ready.
He was ready. And that's why Gary Vee is so adamant about like putting in the reps.
Right.
Consistently showing up, creating content, even when it feels like no one's watching.
You just never know.
You never know when that Oprah moment might come knocking.
Right. So it's not just about the big wins, it's about those smaller, everyday interactions too.
Absolutely.
Like Gary Vee responding to every single comment, even the negative ones.
It's about showing up consistently and building those connections.
Exactly. And that consistency,
Yeah.
it builds brand equity.
Okay.
It builds your audience that you're invested, that you're here for the long haul.
Right. You're not going anywhere.
Exactly. And that's something that resonates with people.
Yeah.
Especially in a world where so many things are fleeting
Right.
and superficial.
Okay. So we've talked about authenticity, patience, hard work, documentation, leveraging platforms, and collaboration.
Yep.
But there's one more piece of advice from Crushing It
Mhm.
that I found really interesting.
Okay, what is it?
Gary Vee says, you can't be scared to give away your best stuff.
Ooh, that's a powerful one.
It is, right?
It is, and it can be a difficult one for people to grasp.
Yeah.
I think we're often conditioned to like hold our cards close to our chest
Right. Yeah.
to guard our knowledge and our expertise.
Mm.
But Gary Vee, he argues that the more you give,
Yeah.
the more you receive.
It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset. Yes.
To an abundance mindset,
Abundant.
believing that there's enough success to go around
Mm-hmm.
and that helping others actually benefits you in the long run.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Think about Pat Flynn,
Oh,
the entrepreneur who built a thriving online business by sharing his knowledge about passing the LED exam.
oh wow, the green building certification.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
He didn't hold back. He gave away his best tips and strategies.
Wow.
And it helped him build this loyal following that turned into a successful business.
So by giving away his knowledge freely, he actually positioned himself as an authority
He did.
and attracted the people who would eventually become his customers.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
It's about creating value, building trust, and demonstrating your expertise.
Right.
And in today's digital landscape where information is so readily available,
Yeah. It's everywhere.
it's more important than ever to stand out
Right.
as a valuable resource.
It's almost like a paradox.
Kinda, yeah.
The more you give away, the more you gain.
Yeah,
It's a really empowering message,
it is.
especially for people just starting out who maybe feel like they don't have much to offer.
Totally. You know, it's about sharing what you know. Even if you don't feel like an expert yet,
Mm-hmm.
everyone has something valuable to share.
Right.
And the act of sharing itself, I think, can actually help you grow and learn.
As we're talking about this idea of giving back, it reminds me of another important theme from Crushing It.
Oh, yeah.
The idea that building a personal brand, it isn't just about personal gain, it's about making a positive impact on the world.
Right. Gary Vee is a big believer in using your platform to help others,
Yeah.
to inspire, to educate, to create value that extends beyond just selling products or services.
It's like leveraging your influence for good.
Exactly.
And that resonates with so many of the entrepreneurs we've talked about today.
It does.
Like Sean, the dog trainer, who went from valet parker to like this internationally renowned expert.
I love Sean's story.
He built a successful business,
Yeah.
but also uses his platform to advocate for animal welfare.
Sean's story is incredibly inspiring,
It is.
and it shows how personal branding can be a force for positive change.
Right. It's not just about building a business.
Yep.
It's about building a legacy.
Exactly.
If we zoom out, look at the big picture.
Okay.
What does this all mean for someone who's listening to this deep dive?
Yeah.
Someone who's maybe feeling inspired but a little overwhelmed by all of this information.
I think, honestly, the biggest takeaway is to just start.
Just start.
Yeah. Pick a platform, create some content, put yourself out there.
Yeah, don't let perfection be the enemy of progress.
Exactly. You don't have to have it all figured out.
Right.
You don't have to be perfect. Just start documenting your journey,
Mm-hmm.
sharing your passions,
Yeah.
connecting with people who resonate with your message.
And you don't have to do it alone either.
Oh, absolutely not.
There are so many resources available, online communities, mentorship programs, and of course, Gary Vee's books and podcasts are a treasure trove of information.
They really are.
Surround yourself with people who support your vision,
Yes.
who challenge you to grow, and who celebrate your wins along the way.
I love that.
Building a personal brand can be challenging,
Oh, yeah.
but it's also incredibly rewarding.
It really is.
Well, to our listener, we hope this deep dive into crushing it has sparked some ideas, ignited some passion, and given you a little nudge to start building your own personal brand.
What unique story are you waiting to share with the world?
What value can you offer?
What impact do you want to make?
Remember, you have the power to create something amazing.
You do.
And if you're looking for more inspiration and guidance,
Yeah.
definitely check out Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk.
It's so
It's
good.
a book that can truly change your life.
Until next time.
Keep crushing it.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.